Hi everybody, this is Dr. Eileen delivering my virtual adjustment on how to become least vulnerable people. And what's been really great this week is our fitness center part of our office has reopened, and we have people coming in who are really excited to be back exercising. On Monday, I thought it was interesting. I had a conversation with one of our fitness members, and she said to me, first of all, she's so excited to be back, but she had said that over the last 8, 12, 10 weeks, however long it's been, she's been feeling like she's been deteriorating physically and deteriorating mentally. And so as we were talking, obviously feeling like she's deteriorating physically because she hasn't been exercising like she normally does, but also she started talking about that she's been feeling isolated. And so the isolated part of how she's been feeling has, in her mind, been definitely making her feel more deteriorating. And it made me think about a couple virtual adjustments ago. I talked about the importance of positive mindset and how the positive mindset affects the body physically, in the fact that, as I always tell people, our thoughts, feelings, and emotions in our brain, where the brain goes, the body follows. So when people are feeling stress, anxiety, worry, fear, definitely being in isolation, it is going to have a direct effect on the physical well-being of the body, everything from the immune system, the nervous system, the digestive system. So, and one other part of the conversation with this person on Monday was, she said what's really cool about coming here to the fitness facility that we have, that she was really excited about, is we have a very good social vibe. So when people come in, obviously in this COVID scenario, people are social distanced and they're spread apart as they should be. But what was interesting in hearing people were connecting, laughing, and talking to each other, even from a distance. And that just made me feel really good, because of the fact that in the midst of this COVID chaos, I feel like people are really starting to wake up to the fact that the healthier we are as individuals, as families, as a community, the better off we're all gonna be, right? And another really great thing that happened this week is one of my patients that I hadn't seen in a while came in, and she was really excited to be coming in, and she said to me, she said, "Dr. Eileen, I've been watching all of your virtual adjustments, and I've been sharing them with people," which just really made me feel really good, because I feel like it's so important to be able to educate people on how to become healthier, stronger, and less vulnerable, so that our community can be healthier, stronger, and less vulnerable. And as I've been saying since the start of the virtual adjustments, my motivation, my passion, my commitment is to educate our community on what makes people most vulnerable, but also educate and share information to our community on choices you can make for yourself, your family, people you care about, on how to become least vulnerable people. So, for folks who are tuning in today, I'm always grateful. And again, grateful if you share the information, and let me know where you're tuning in from, because I'm curious who's listening. So, last week's virtual adjustment was about living to 100 and beyond. And I feel like I'm going to review a few things from that, because by the year 2050, the percentage of people living to 100 and beyond globally is going to be increased 800%. And the typical response is like, whoa, I don't want to live to 100. And my response is, we're likely going to live a lot longer than we ever thought, and the choices you make can determine what the quality of your life is going to be like along the way. So today's virtual adjustment, for my virtual adjustment today, is called Stop Blaming Old. And the virtual adjustment post that we did for today is called, if I can do this right, Get an Understanding. Your health has nothing to do with your age, and your age has nothing to do with your health. And on this post, there's links to 2 articles. And the articles are really awesome because they give information and they're they're great information sources, but also information you can share with others. And the first article that's on that post is Stop Blaming Old, great article. And the second article is called A Picture's Worth 1,000 Words, and that correlates to my virtual adjustment for today. So I'm always sort of talking about how I'm educating patients, and another tool that I use in educating our community, our patients, on how to become healthier, stronger, and less vulnerable is this. And we posted it earlier, I think. I don't know if I can do this, but this is, if you can see this, I'm going to try to do this, obviously is a poster of 3 x-rays, and these x-rays are neck x-rays of 3 different people who are basically the same age, mid-50s. And what's important on this is this x-ray over here, right? Person in their mid-50s, as you can see in those red arrows, is pointing to the severe degenerative changes in their spine, at their disc and their spine. And this person has had no care at all, right? Mid-50s. The x-ray in the middle, this one, I can do that, right, is a person, same basic age as the other one, has deterioration. You can see where the red arrow is on this one at C5 and C6. It's pretty significant disc degeneration, but higher up where the white arrow is, still a lot of really healthy area in the spine. This person has had crisis care only, and the x-ray all the way over here, all right, is person same age as the other two. Sorry, I'm moving this around. Mid-50s, same age as the other two, has a spine that looks like a 20-year-old spine. As you can see, the white dots on this, or not white dots, white arrows on this point to the disc areas that are really healthy, good space, good alignment, and this person, same age as the other two, has had lifestyle care for over 40 years. So here these people, these 3 different people, are all exactly, basically the same age, but have dramatically different looking bodies from the inside as well as the outside. So the reality is your health has nothing to do with your age. The reality is it has more to do with what has happened to the body, to the spine, to the nervous system, and how it's been taken care of. In the 31 years of being a chiropractor and helping people, I wish I had a nickel for every time someone says to me, I'm feeling this way because I'm getting older. And my response is no. Stop blaming old. And so a question that I have for folks today, and thinking about, if you want to respond in the comments down below, it'd be awesome because I'm curious. But the question is, do you feel older than your age, or do you feel younger than your age? And if you feel older or younger, how much older or how much younger do you feel? So, like, I'm 57, and I definitely don't feel like I'm 3 years away from 60. I think about my parents when they were 60 and they seemed so old. I guess if I were sort of pick an age of how I feel at 57, I don't know, 35, 40. So think about that and just kind of get a perspective, because we tend to kind of, in our society, you equate aging or getting older with deterioration. So to kind of explain this, I'm going to go back to education tools that we've been talking about, that I've been sharing with since the beginning. And this is the fitness formula. Everybody remembers this, right? So the formula goes fit. If you want to be fit and healthy for long haul your life, we sort of say womb to tomb, fit equals N squared ESS, right? And the N squared ESS, everybody should know by now if you've been listening, stands for neurology, nutrition, endurance, strength, and structure, right? So those are the 5 principles of the 100-year lifestyle, the foundation stones. And when those 5 systems can be balanced, healthy, and strong, then the body, and definitely the immune system, because this is about being least vulnerable, the body and the immune system can be firing on all cylinders and working 24/7 to be able to be optimizing itself, expressing full potential, and protecting us, right? So on today's virtual adjustment, I'm going to talk about the bookends of the fitness formula, which is neurology and nutrition. And unfortunately, stress and injuries to the spine can affect the alignment of the spine and start to cause stress on the nervous system, right? And this can result in conditions in the body, most vulnerable type conditions that definitely can make us feel old. And these injuries to the spine can occur from everything from birth trauma, childhood falls. By the age of 7, the average child has had 2,500 falls. So impact to the spine, minor or major, can affect alignment. And they know within 2 weeks of impact to a joint, it can actually start to develop degenerative changes, like we were looking on those x-rays. So impact to the spine can affect alignment. Repetitive tight stresses of what people do day in and day out, sitting, computers, phones, driving, chronic prolonged stress can affect structural alignment. Being exposed to toxins, those are all things, just to name a few, that can actually affect spine alignment and start to create stress and interference on the nervous system. So the challenge is when the body, when there's imbalanced alignment and stress and interference on the nervous system can't communicate as well to the body. And you can have this stress and interference that can go on for decades without symptoms. And the reason this happens is our bodies have an innate intelligence, and this innate intelligence will always organize around whatever is there to sort of tell our brain that everything's a-okay. So for instance, like someone can have heart disease that can be going on for decades and they don't even know it's there. They're asymptomatic, they don't have any symptoms, and they walk up a hill and they have a heart attack. Did the hill cause a heart attack? No, the body had been deteriorating over a longer period of time, but the innate intelligence is organized around it, so the brain's going, yeah, everything's okay. Once things get so out of balance in the body, the innate intelligence can't organize around those dysfunctions anymore, and that's when symptoms start to occur, and that's when people start to go, hey, I'm feeling older because I'm feeling this way, right? And what's also interesting, on the other side of that, your age has nothing to do with your health, or your health has nothing to do with your age. It's interesting in what I do in seeing younger people. So I'm seeing people, and I seem to be seeing it more and more commonly. Let's say people in their 20s and 30s, I call these younger bodies, right? They come in and they're in their 20s and 30s, and they're telling me they're feeling like they're 50 and 60. So again, age has nothing to do with your health, and it's interesting in these younger bodies in their 20s and 30s, when I do a structural evaluation on them and a range of motion assessment, for instance, these folks can't even bend down and touch their toes. So again, your health has nothing to do with your age. So guess what chiropractic care does, which makes me just feel really excited and proud of what I do every day, is first and foremost, we get the spine moving. And when the spine is moving and balancing better, it reduces stress on the nervous system. The nervous system then has less interference and can start to communicate free of interference to the body. The body starts to work better. We help people optimize their endurance and strength through the exercise that we do, improving nutrition. And guess what? The results of all of this are healthier, stronger, less vulnerable bodies, okay? And whether you are babies, 5 years old, 10 years old, 15, 20, 72, 82, 92, your health really has nothing to do with your age, right? And we believe that the body has the ability to express the full potential from the time we are born to our last phase of life. And our passion and our commitment to our patients and our community is to be able to transform health and longevity consciousness in our community and beyond. And the reality is that making chiropractic care as part of a lifestyle at any age will improve neurology, nutrition, endurance, strength, and structure, and help the body be healthier, stronger, and way less vulnerable. So that's my virtual adjustment for today. And I want to just say, stop blaming old, and your health has nothing to do with your age. So tune in next week to Orange Chiropractic and Family Fitness on Wednesdays at noon for Dr. Eileen's virtual adjustment. Maria said I've got a couple questions or comments.
Yeah, you have Bonnie. Caroline says they feel a lot younger. And Mackenzie and I say we feel a lot older without our regular adjustments.
Without your regular adjustments. Okay, so that just really again brings up a good point. Is that I see it. It's like the virtual adjustment I did last week when we were talking about living to 100 and beyond. The story I told about the lady who came into the office and she said, Dr. Eileen, she said, I just want to tell you, I turned 82 the other day, and I'm better at 82 than I was at 72 when I first came in here. So here she is, a decade older, okay, in her 80s, and she's actually functioning better. Her quality of life's better. Her vitality is better. So again, your health has nothing to do with your age, and your age has nothing to do with your health. It has to do with the lifestyle choices you make that can really help you become less vulnerable, healthier, stronger, and less vulnerable. So, again, tune in next week, and I'm hoping next week I may have a guest. Hoping I can figure that out and work that out, obviously with Maria's help. And I hope y'all learned something. And again, stop blaming old. See you next time. Bye.